there's a thing that God cannot resist. There's a thing that God cannot turn his eyes away from, his ears away from, his attention away from. And that thing is brokenness. Brokenness attracts the heart of God. Brokenness is something that God can never turn away from. It's impossible for God to turn away from a broken man seeking him. This is what the Bible says. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. The sacrifice you desire is a broken spirit. You will not reject a broken and repentant heart, O God. So many times we as Christians believe we have to be a certain way to please God. We have to be eloquent in prayer, or we have to be perfect in every way. Sometimes we allow the lie of the enemy, the lie that says we're too broken for God to use us, the lie that says we have too many flaws, we're too addicted, we're too broken to be used by God. But brokenness is the thing that qualifies you in the sight of God. It is impossible for God to ignore the cry of a broken heart. It is impossible for God to ignore the prayer of a spirit who has been broken, who has been crushed, who has gone through the difficulties of life, who was rejected by society, who was rejected by spiritual leaders or religious people. In fact, a broken spirit is the very thing that God chases after, that God runs to. When you think about the parable of the Good Samaritan, a man was beaten, robbed, he was broken, he was crushed. And a religious leader passed by and didn't help him. Then another religious man passed by and didn't help him. But a Samaritan, a man that was hated by the Jewish people, stopped by and bandaged the broken person's wounds and took him to a hotel and cared for him. And God is the same way. Your brokenness does not disqualify you. It's the very thing that qualifies you. Every man in the Bible was broken. David was a broken individual. Noah was a broken individual. Elijah, every prophet, Jeremiah, even Jesus had to be broken on the cross to be able to redeem humanity. Brokenness is the very thing that qualifies you to do God's work. In fact, the Bible says in 2 Corinthians 12:9-10, and he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, and reproaches, in needs, and persecutions, and distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. God cannot work in a heart that's full of pride. Because a heart that's full of pride says, I don't need God. I'm already good enough. I'm already righteous enough. I'm already qualified enough. By my works, I'm qualified, says the prideful heart. But the broken heart, the crushed spirit says, I need God. The crushed spirit says, I cannot do it without you, God. The crushed spirit leaves space for God to move. Brokenness gives God the space to work. So don't see your brokenness as a burden. Don't view your brokenness as something to despise. Come boldly and confidently before the throne room of grace, and all your flaws and all your brokenness, with all your mental disorders, with all your disease, with all your infirmities, and say, God, here I am. Use me. I can't do it without you. I need you every day of my life. My soul belongs to you. All my possessions, they belong to you. The whole earth, the world, and everything in it, it belongs to you. Matthew 5:3-4 says, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Psalm 147 verse 3 says, He heals the brokenhearted and bandages their wounds. Your brokenness is not a thorn, it's the very thing that qualifies you in the sight of God. So be broken before the Lord. Weep, cry, tell him your needs. Pour out your heart before him, because he cares about you. Be blessed.